Good morning, Gabby. Thank you for taking time out of your Sunday morning to sit with me and allow me to interview you.
My
Before,
pleasure.
before we begin, can you tell me about yourself, your background, and what you do?
Sure. My name is Gaby Guzman. I am originally from Dominican Republic. I've been in the States now for 20 years. I am currently a business coach, and I am also co-founder of the community of women entrepreneurs, Las Comadres.
Great. So, what made you decide to start your own business?
Honestly, I wanted to spend more time with my son. The answer to that question is always, it was a combination of factors. When I decided to start my own business, I had been working in advertising. And I was already at a pretty senior level, and I had just recently moved to Miami from New York. And honestly, I was overqualified for most of the jobs that I was finding. And I was just at a place in my life where I realized that I really wanted a lot of autonomy and creativity in my day-to-day life professionally, and that I wanted to also just spend a lot more time with my son. At the time he was 4, and I just wanted to get to know him better and pick him up at school and like have a better relationship with him. So it felt like the right time to go for it. I feel also, having moved to Miami, Miami is a very entrepreneurial city. And
Mhm.
so most of the friends that I was meeting had their own businesses, which never happened to me in New York. And
Mhm.
so I just decided, it was like that combination of things in the perfect moment, that I just said, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna give it a shot.
I love that. That's such a unique perspective. And, I'm sure a lot of other people start their business for similar reasons, but aren't, willing to talk about that. So, thank you
Yeah.
for being vulnerable and sharing that with us. I really love that. So, as a Latina, was it challenging to start your own business? And if so, what were some of the challenges that you faced?
I do feel like Miami is a totally different beast. In Miami is what they call a minority majority city. So most of the population in Miami is me, is essentially like white Latinos. So it's not. There was never any feeling of feeling othered at all here. It was definitely, and I actually felt like I was becoming more a part of the fabric of the kinds of things and people and movements that I would see around me. So I was really blessed to have a lot of support. And there were also, well, I started my business in like January 2015. And at the time, there was just this bubbling movement, I think, around the country of sort of women entrepreneurs getting together, and it really started to fuel not only the people that became my clients, but the way that I saw my business and how holistically I understood the experience of entrepreneurship, that it wasn't as compartmentalized to my life. And so I think I was really lucky in that sense, that I felt like I could sort of really explore it very openly, and have a lot of support and get clients relatively quickly.
Okay, I love that. So I'm glad you didn't have to really, deal with any challenges in that regard. But I'm sure you've, probably talked with people that have. I know a lot of friends of mine are starting businesses right now. If they have any challenges that they're facing, whether it's because of their race or their gender, what advice would you give them?
I think the beautiful thing about entrepreneurship is that, and it's a scary thought when you've gone your entire life playing by somebody else's rules. But the
Mhm.
beautiful thing about entrepreneurship is you get to make this your own, and you get to find the clients that are going to appreciate you and that are going to adore you. I think so much of, I think, yes, when we are working in corporate, when we're working in other institutions, so much of our experience is based on our environment. And when you step into the entrepreneurial space, obviously with different in different cases vary, because certainly if you're in a situation where you are seeking funding for your business, that kind of funding is notoriously not awesome for both women and minorities, right? So like there's definitely certain sections, but as a solopreneur, kind of really looking for your ideal clients, I find that a lot of the issues surface with the way that we, as perhaps Latinas or as Black women, have been socialized to undervalue ourselves. And so the work begins to happen, you know this very well, kind of talking and thinking about money. A lot of the work gets to happen sort of within us to get to a place where we're comfortable enough to say, yes, this is what I'm worth, and being able to be okay with the awkward silence that follows, and being able to follow through on that and not devalue yourself just to get the business.
So I know that you do what's called the board ritual. Can
Yes.
you tell me a little bit more about it and how it can help, you know, any entrepreneur out there that might be having some challenges, whether it's, you know, getting off the ground running or really just figuring out their next steps and how that can help?
100%. So the board ritual, in its simplest way to describe, is essentially a visual and intuitive business plan. And the board ritual is a compilation of all of my greatest hits. So all of the different pieces that I have consistently used with my clients over the years that have made the greatest impact. And it is about, you know, the moment. I think it's based on this principle that we do have all the answers within us. And those answers are sometimes going to tell you, yes, go get help with this piece. But this other piece, like, you already know the truth, stop doubting yourself. And those are the kinds of things, those are the kinds of messages that you get from your intuition when you're really connected. So the board ritual is a series of cards that you complete to get the full picture of your business. And they span from everything from, what do you want to manifest this week? And you listen to a meditation, and then you sit down and you write your social media plan, or you also write how much money you're going to make this year and how that's going to be spelled out. So it really is this combination of your sort of intuitive magic side and your strategic and planning side, and seeing how those are all woven in and grounded in your own intuition.
I think that's great because I've not heard of anything that, you know, weaves the two together, because as entrepreneurs, especially ones that might be facing challenges, it could be hard to rely on your intuition and actually make a tangible plan to execute upon and get you for your goal, get you toward your goals. So I think that's great. If someone wants to learn more about your the board ritual, or talk to you more about it, how can they reach out to you?
So you can link straight through it through my website, which is Gaby Guzman. That's when GABYGUZMAN.com, or they can reach out to me on Instagram at the Gaby Guzman. The Gaby Guzman. Sorry.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for, you know, taking a few minutes here and explaining a little bit more about how entrepreneurs can overcome their challenges and giving them practical tools to do so. I really appreciate it. And I hope you have a great day.
Thank you so much.